यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सर्वोपप्लवरहित प्रज्ञान गण प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्माहमस्मि सोहमस्मि ब्रह्माहमस्मि। ओम प्रपन्न पारिजाताय तोत्र वेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। May the Almighty Lord Venkateshwara bestow all kinds of prosperity, health, wealth and eternal happiness with Paripurna Lakshmi Katakshams to you and entire your family members and friends. Let us begin Bhagavad Gita, verse number 21 of 11th chapter. Arjuna uvacha amihitva surasangha vishanti केचिद् भीताः प्राञ्जलयो गृह्णन्ति स्वस्तीत्युक्त्वा महर्षिसिद्धसङ्घाः स्तुवन्ति त्वां स्तुतिभिः पुष्कलाभिः। रुद्रादित्या वसवो ये च साध्याः विश्वेश्विनौ मरुतश्चोष्मपाश्च गन्धर्वयक्षासुरसिद्धसङ्घाः वीक्षन्ते त्वा विस्मिताश्चैव सर्वे। Now the expression from Arjuna with the maturity of Vishwarupa. Now Vishwarupa Darshanam when happens? It happened in Mahabharata period. That too in Kurukshetra in front of Arjuna. That's what we are studying now. But when the God has evolved as the world, at that time itself, the God has manifested him as the Vishwarupa Darshanam. Now Vishwa is nothing but Ishvara. So now you should have the clarity. If your eyes are deluded with cataract, so you cannot see the things very clearly. In the same way, a person who has not got the maturity to understand or to have the proper perception of the world, they cannot see the Vishwarupa Darshanam. They may grow and they may live long life, more than 60, 70, 80 years. But for them, world remains as the world. It cannot be converted as Vishwarupa Ishvara Darshanam. Now Vishwarupa Ishvara Darshanam means it depends on you, your maturity. You have to remove your cataract. Your eyes means the perception which is affected by the disease. That disease is known as Avarana Chakshuhu. That Avarana Chakshuhu means the eyes which are deluded. The delusion has to be removed by the Shastra, the knowledge of Shastra through Guru. Then the knowledge, when it is being assimilated, you can feel the wonder, the godliness which exists in every object will be appearing, will be or exploring to you. You can see in yourself, you can also visualize, you can also experience with all the object, all the concept of the world, because world is pursued by us in three aspects: in subtle level, in gross level, and even in the causal level. When you see a tree is a gross level. What is the cause of the tree? The seed is the cause of the tree, which is very huge one. That huge tree, it exists in the seed. How it exists in the seed? That's very easy, in a subtle manner, that the subtlety of that trees are understood by us. So that subtlety as understood by what? That subtlety, how it is being understood? It is being understood as the cause of the tree. Like that, what is the subtlety? What is the subtle cause of mine? We are a little bit confused. What can be the cause of my birth? So my father and mother. So their energy, so it has been converted as my sharira. That's what we understand. So that level we are mature enough to understand, to find the cause and effect in this world. For us, world is nothing but in the form of cause and effect. So where there is an effect, there must be the cause. The cause is subtle. That subtlety only be put in the cause, and we also accept in the form of understanding in our buddhi. Do you understand what I say? So we have the perception of the world is in the form of cause and effect, and we fix subtlety with the cause, and we fix the gross aspect to the effect. That's what our understanding now. But when you're informed by teaching of Shastra, slowly your eyes are open. Eyes means what? The understanding capacity. It is improved a lot to see the God by accepting the fact. So what is that cataract? Bhagavan says, your ahankara, your mamakara, your ego, which is the effect of your own karma phala. So my ahankara, so which denies me or which prevents me to accept the world is nothing but God. Because when I see the world, I see in the perception of cause and effect. That cause and effect, see, the seed can be the cause for the tree, and at the same time the tree becomes the cause of the seed again. So there, cause and effect, the effect becomes cause. That's what the understanding of us. So therefore, always hypothalamus. We don't know how to put it. Therefore, we have the word, so that is hypothalamus. That word, what does it mean? That is an understanding you have accepted. We cannot find the answer. Are you clear what I say? So when you say this is hypothalamus question, what do you mean? So we cannot get the answer. At that point of time, we are accepting our inability in the name of hypothalamus question. So which is the first one, cause or effect? It's a hypothalamus question because it cannot be answered. That's what the acceptance of even the scientist. Scientists also, they don't dig or hit their head to find the answer because it cannot be. So that is the level of understanding we struck. The human being struck with this kind of questions. But the cause and effect can have the main cause. The cause is not appearing. That is the concept of Upanishad. When Upanishad talks about it, you go beyond the cause and effect. It asks us, you go beyond the cause and effect. So then human mind is not able to assimilate it. You cannot assimilate it. Is there anything cause beyond the cause and effect? Because the word, the cause means the cause of everything. The cause of the tree, cause of the mountain, cause of the river, cause of the air. So all the object can have one cause. That's what the concept is here. The cause is not appearing as the subtle or gross or cause. That causal level of understanding, the subtle level of understanding, the gross level of understanding, only we can understand for maths or science or chemistry. That's all. The chemistry, you see, if you want to bring Vedanta, means if you want to apply the Vedanta theory with the chemistry, you can easily apply. Because one cause causes for all. This is in your dream. You experience the same. When we have the dream, so many things are seen, so many things are experienced. They look very real during the dream. So in the dream, you cannot separate yourself from those seen object. You feel those seen objects are very real. When you are separated from the dream, you feel all of them are false. In the same way, this example has got the limitation to give the clarity. When I feel this tree is different than the mountain, mountain is different than water, means river is different than the sky. So the difference makes a kind of impact in my mind. I am living with the knowledge of the object, but that knowledge also, that which differentiate object to object, words to word, and knowledge, one knowledge to another knowledge. The simply saying, we live with a difference, the knowledge which specifies the difference. We should have the difference, the knowledge of the difference. One should know the difference between mango tree, neem tree, and peepal tree, banyan tree. You should know the varieties of the trees. Swamiji, we are very confused. What would you like to say in today's class? What is that you want to make it clear? Nothing. It's very simple. I would like to make you understand we have the perception. That perception only cause and effect perception. That cause and effect perception is not enough to have Ishwarupa Darshanam. So we have to grow to cross this cause and effect perception. That's all. Now Arjuna is he is putting himself forth to cross the cause and effect, because the teaching which was unfolded by Bhagavan Krishna is exploring the things from inside. And also he was like not the great student, not even the student who is in lower cadre. So he was the middle student, Madhyamaha. Therefore, the Guru should help more, little bit more, the touch of Guru. It does the wonder. The Krishna gave the Divya Chakshuhu. Krishna helped him to explore the things. Now he is able to see, and he is able to connect with all understanding of Shastra, Puranas, and even the method of pujas. That's what is taking place. So finally, I am concluding what I wanted to say. The world exists for us, but what exists is nothing but God. Why we are not able to see? Because we are taught in wrong way, or we are not taught in proper way. So that our eyes have to be opened by the knowledge of Shastra. That's what is happening. So when he is able to explore himself to the world, himself to the Ishvara, that is the understanding. He is not opening the cataract which is between the world and him. No, the cataract is inside. Therefore, when the cataract is removed, that's what I say, explored. So he himself is exploring, because God exists in him also. That's what is taking place. Then he gets three kinds of responses. The first response, that wonderment, when he could see the God's magnitude form, so that he also wonderstruck, and so many other people also, they are also wonderstruck. That's what he could see, and he could correlate all the phenomena which are taking place in the world. Now he is able to see Rudras, Adityas, Vasavas. So all these characters Bhagavan already said in the 10th chapter. Adityanamaham Vishnuho Jyotisham Raviramshuman. In those verses, Bhagavan, whatever he said, now he could see, he could feel, he could correlate. Now in this verse, he could see all people are wonderstruck. Who are they? Says Rudraha, Adityaha. So 11 Rudras, 12 Adityas, 8 Vasus, and Sadhyaha, the different cadre. So Vishvi, Ashvinau, Marutaha, Choshmapascha. Rudraha means they are 11 in number, we have seen already. Adityaha, 12 in number, we have seen. Because Bhagavan exists in the form of Vishnu Aditya. Vasavaha means Vasus, the Ashta Vasus, they are given oblation when we do puja and all, those Vasus. Sadhyaha means the self-attained people. So the people who have attained self. Vishve means there are one more cadre of people, heavenly people. Ashvinau, there are two brothers called Ashwin Kumarau. Marutaha, there are 49 Maruts are there, Marudganaha. And Choshmapascha, all the Pitru Devatas. Pitru Devatas means it is said after death we exist, we go to one more loka hereafter. After the death there is one more, it's not heaven, it's known as Pitruloka. From being Pitruloka, then they go to heaven, that is the next level. Those Pitrulokas, those people are called Ushmapascha. Then Gandharvaha, Yakshaha, Suraha, Siddhaha. Then Sanghaha means all group of Gandharvas and the people who are living with arts. Then Yakshaha, one group of people, Asuraha, Siddhaha. yogis, all of them, all those group, by seeing you, they become wonderstruck. It means what? This is the first response by seeing this magnitude of Bhagavan's glory. This phenomenon, this response also comes with a normal event also. You know the water, you take a glass of water and you see the water. You won't get wonderstruck, okay? When you go to a falls, the falls, from 50 feet water is falling down. So your mind is wonderstruck. Little bit you become wondered enough. When you go to Niagara, the Niagara Falls, there, it's a vast, it's, huge waterfall. You become wonderstruck. Same water, you know the mountain, you know the falls. So everything is known to us. But when you happen to see this kind of magnitude vision, means things which are, it's a gigantic, your mind becomes wonderstruck. And go to the beach and stand in front of the ocean, your mind becomes struck. The water is the water, but something happens. Something happens when you see collective things, when you see the vast things, mind becomes silent. When you go to Kedarnath, so Kedarnath, usually people walk 14 kilometers, now it is 16 kilometers. So when you walk through the mountains, when you reach there, you are wonderstruck. So sometimes, people go by chopper, helicopter. So when you land, suddenly you become silent. That wonderstruck. In the same way, when Bhagavan is seen in a gigantic form, in a magnitude form, so the mind gets that wonderstruck. Means this is the first response from Arjuna's mind. Then from the next words, the next response comes. The next response is because of the fact of the Ishvara. The fact of the Ishvara. The world consists two reality. Even our life consists two reality. What is that? The good things and bad things. So where there is birth, definitely the death will take place. We cannot avoid, but we have fixed they are opposites, isn't it? So where there is happiness, there also can be the sadness. So happiness and sadness, they are opposites. And profit, loss is opposite. In the same way, good things, bad things, we fix their opposites. But the world has no opposites. That's what the message from Lord Krishna's teaching. The God is nothing but the world who has evolved as all the forms. There are the forms which is endowed with a tragedy. There are the forms which is endowed with the beautiful and saumyatvam, the pleasantness with those objects. Now till the last words, so the pleasantness of that God's glory have been experienced by Arjuna. From these words, when he happens to see his mouth, he becomes terrified, because mouth with protruding teeth, so it's it brings a kind of different attitude, different feeling from his mind. Let us read it. Rupam mahatte bahuvaktra netram Mahabaho Bahubahurupadam Bahudaram Bahudamstrakaralam Drashtva lokah pravyathitas. It's a beautiful expression of one more side of the God. Now the understanding of the word, understanding of the God needs to be applied a formula. The world is not endowed with opposites. We have studied where the birth, there will be definitely death will happen. This is what our normal understanding is. But we have forgotten where death took place, there alone birth have taken place. We see there are two sides of a coin. That's not two sides of a coin. There is only one side, death and birth together called life. In the same way, world means it has got evil things and also divineful things. It has got accidents. It is also is known as incident. Every incident is nothing but the accident. Accidents which are nothing but the incidents. There is only one phenomenon which is known as life. Life doesn't have both sides. There are no two opposites, only one phenomenon. That's what the understanding which we should have. The Bhagavan means he is in the form of tragedy, he is in the form of auspicious. So when you are able to accept auspiciousness of the Bhagavan with pleasant mind, you should also accept the tragedy, means the terrifying nature of the Bhagavan with pleasant mind. Do we do that? No, we never, because our minds are not trained in that way, because we have categorized life has to be positive and only should endowed with the positive incidents. If there is a negative incidents, we are trying to forget those negative incidents. We come up, we only think the positive energy. Or sometimes what happen, the mind strikes that mind, so only it strikes because people have come a little bit sick. The mind is being struck with one tragedy. They are not coming out of that tragedy. That is also, they travel, they jump one tragedy to another tragedy. Therefore, I have seen the people, if there is a function, I have seen the people who enjoy the function, but some people will be waiting, So everything seems to be good. It cannot be. It is not possible. Something should happen, will happen. This is what their expectation. A person who arranged for his son's marriage, in the marriage everything took place well. All the things happened fantastically, nicely, and everybody were happy, but he was not happy. I asked him, what happened? Why you look sad? And he said, Swamiji, everything is happening good. So my mind is, I'm afraid of, expecting, so something will happen wrong. It seems to be wrong. How can a thing go very positive way? So I'm not able to accept. Now what is the problem? Then what happened? So they were removing all the decoration. So while removing, a person just missed some instrument which we used to plug the all needles. It fell on somebody's head and bloodshed happened. Then he became happiness. Swamiji, now so everything is clear. So what is clear? What happened? This is what people struck with negative aspects. This is wrong. Now the Arjuna, who was only practiced, trained enough to see God's positive, there is no positive negative of God, but from our angle, from the aspects of human being, so only positive side of the God. The negative side of the God, he had not yet seen, he had not yet thought of it. Now he is able to see. When he sees, or when he looks at the mouth of God with protruding teeth, he was terrified. That's what the expression he says. So, te rupam mahat. Your form is infinite. It's gigantic. It's magnitude. And that which is endowed with bahuvaktra netram, endowed with many mouths and many eyes, mahabaho bahubahur padam, and which is endowed with so many hands, so many uru padam, so many legs, so many thighs, and so many bahudaram means so many abdomens, bahudamshtra karalam, so many teeth protruding like demons. Drashtva lokaha pravyatithāha tatha ahancha. By seeing this, so all the people of the world, they are terrified, frightened, as well as me too. Now he is not able to accept directly, I am afraid of you. He was very courageous enough, and he was very famous for, Arjuna I am talking about, very famous for his valor. But when he saw that the mouth of Bhagavan, his mind was terrified, frightened automatically. So that kampanam, so the trembling happens is with his body, and he himself was not able to handle it. Therefore, he accepts by accepting, by saying all people are terrified, I am also being Kshatriya. So this is what, not accepting the fact. When you see a death, your mind becomes stunned. It's stuck. When you see an accident, you are not normal. So it takes sometimes, it takes 1 hour, for some people 1 day, for some of people it may be taking more than 1 day. It means for 1 week they will be abnormal, then they will become normal. We are trying to forget something happened, tragedy. So we are not coming. The perception, the understanding of the life, it's not with proper perception. That's what Bhagavan says. The Bhagavan is both tragedy and auspiciousness. Now that is, Vishwa contains both. Now you should grow to see them in equal way. Not even in equal way, with one vision. That vision is Ishvara Darshanam. The death is also Ishvara and birth is also Ishvara. They are not two phenomena. They are only one phenomenon. The phenomenon is Lord Ishvara. So this Vishwarupa Darshanam, this is the maturity. And the people whoever got the maturity, so they are pleasant enough. Sura Sangaha Vishanti. And then the last previous verses we saw, Maharishi Siddha Sangaha, all Maharishis, they are not terrified by seeing this. They are just praising. They are just having prayer because they got the maturity. They have the maturity to understand the phenomenon, means the fact of the God. So word is nothing but the God. God has got all aspects, whatever the aspects the world has. So nothing is amangalam, nothing is inauspicious, everything is auspicious alone. We will continue from next session tomorrow. Harihi Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.